G'day guys, this is Module 1, Lesson 1. This is the very start of supercharging your business, and I'm so happy that you're here with me. And I know what you're thinking straight off the bat. You're going, why the fuck do I need to worry about strategy, purpose, mission, and values? This sounds like corporate shit and it's not going to get me where I need to be. Now, to counter that, the reason we are going through purpose, mission, and values is so that you know exactly where you want to go, why you're doing it, and how you're going to go about getting there so that you can align your team with what you need to achieve. So let's get tuckered in. If you don't think that you need this right now, jump into the other modules. You'll start to see how it all comes together, how we need to understand where we're going in the short term and long term in order to set out our different business department strategies, in order to set effective KPIs, in order to understand why we get up each day and do the work that we're doing, all in the same direction. So stay with me. Let's get into it. By the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why we're doing this and how to set appropriate goals and how to achieve what we really want to get out of our business. So today, we're going through the difference between mission, values, and goals. We're going through how to craft a powerful purpose statement. We're going through the mission, short-term and long-term goals, and then we're going to identify some core values as well and understand the reasons why we actually should be implementing those core values. So straight away, our mission, or our purpose, is our why. The purpose of our business goes far beyond just making a profit. It's our end goal. It's our overarching impact. It is the reason why we are here. It signifies the difference your business aims to make in the world and the lives of your customers and your employees as well. For instance, a plumbing company's purpose could be to ensure every home has access to safe and reliable plumbing services. Now that's a very overarching statement, and then we'll understand how a mission becomes something more tangible below that. And you know, if you were a carpentry company, say you're a first fix company, your purpose might be to reduce the housing crisis. Or, you know, you see how we're talking about real overarching statements that could take you 5 or 10 years to see. And then we're going to understand how to set missions, which are more tangible elements below that. So the purpose really is your why behind your business, and it guides all your actions and decisions. Then it helps you connect with your customers, your employees, and your strategic direction on a deeper level than simply just transactional or financial. Now the mission of your business is the what. So we've gone through the why, now we're looking at the what. It outlines what your business aims to achieve in specific and measurable terms. For the plumbing company example, the mission could be to serve 10,000 homes in our community by 2025 with high quality plumbing services. The mission should be specific, achievable, and tied to a time frame to provide a clear target and drive action. And then the values, the third part, is the how. So they are the principles and beliefs that guide your actions and decisions. They define the culture of your business and what you stand for. For the plumbing company example, values could include honesty, quality, safety, respect for customers, those kind of buzzwords. And then I actually invite you to think a little bit deeper about that as well. So one of the core values within my company Build Clean is actually fucking smile. Because one, it makes our team laugh and giggle when they think about it so that it's memorable. Two, having a word like that, fucking, in your core values makes it more relatable, makes it more ingraining, makes people think about it and actually start to try and understand why. Instead of just saying happiness or fun or joy, we've gone with actually fucking smile because things can get very stressful and all we want our team to do is fucking smile. Now, these values guide how you interact with your customers, how you treat your employees, and how you run your operations as well. Then the importance of aligning your purpose, mission, and values to create a cohesive strategy. Now, aligning your purpose, mission, and values is essential for creating a cohesive strategy and a unified team. Everybody's all banding together to get to the same outcome. It ensures all aspects of your business are moving in the same direction. The purpose provides the why. It's the mission provides the what, and the values provide the how. So we're looking at why, what, and how. And these elements are When these elements are aligned, it creates clarity for decision making, increases motivation and engagement among employees, and presents a consistent and authentic image to your customers. It can also help differentiate your business in the market, as your customers are increasingly value businesses that are purpose-driven and uphold strong values. Now, how to craft a powerful purpose statement. There's some key elements of an effective purpose statement. You want to make sure that you are clear and concise. Your purpose should be easily understood, avoiding industry jargon, overly complex language. You want it to be inspiring. An effective purpose is one that inspires and motivates both your team internally and also is of interest and inspiration to your customers as well. It should evoke a sense of ambition and aspiration. You want it to be authentic as well. Your purpose should be genuine and reflect the true intentions and beliefs of your business. It must align with the actions and decisions of your company. And it must be unique. It should differentiate you from your competitors, focusing on what makes your business special. If you just went out and said, we want to be a high quality, low cost service, that is nothing unique. It's nothing authentic. It's nothing inspiring. Yes, it might be somewhat clear and concise. However, it still is too broad to say this is exactly what we're doing. Just saying we are high quality, or just saying we are the cheapest, or just saying both of those things is not enough thought and energy to get through and make an actual purposeful purpose statement. We also want to make sure it's future orientated. A good purpose looks towards the future, illustrating the impact of your business aims to have in the long term. This is where a lot of companies you'll see these days going and talking about the sustainability element. A lot of companies are now moving towards inclusivity and all of those kind of elements as well. So there's some things to think about there as far as future-proofing your company, even though it might not align with you right now. And you want to try using the 5 whys approach. This is something, if you've got a pen and paper handy right now, this will help you generate really good answers as to what your why is and how you can get closer to your purpose. So start by writing on the piece of paper, why are we doing this? And then answer that question. So why are you in your plumbing company? Why are you in your painting company? Why do you do that? And then once you've written that answer, and I want it to be a couple sentences as to why you do it, then you're going to ask yourself why again. So it could look as though, I have a painting company. My why is to paint high-end homes. And then why number 2 might be, I paint high-end homes because that is the most profitable market that I could find. And then why behind that is it is the best return for the company and the best work for the team. And you see how you're starting to get closer and closer to what different, I suppose more in-depth answers as to why you're really operating in these ways, and getting to more the core of what you're actually here to achieve. Now, you'll see how if you do this several times, you might get to the point where it will go, I want to provide for my family, I want to produce income to buy commercial property. You can see how it can steer away, but we want to make sure that when we're doing this, we're thinking about you operating on behalf of the company as opposed to you operating for your own personal interest. Now, some great examples of successful companies with powerful purpose statements is Google. Theirs is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. This purpose has driven Google's expansion into various areas such as email, cloud storage, and heaps more. Patagonia, which we're all familiar with as well, the outdoor clothing company, has a clear and powerful purpose. Theirs is, we're in business to save our home planet. And you would already know that Patagonia does so much in regards to sustainable clothing and sustainable retailing. And then you could even think about Alpha Tradies' purpose to make good businesses great. Now, this is signifying our intention to use any means necessary to help our students achieve greatness. We know that our students come to us with good companies and good systems as good people, and our intention is to transition them from being just good into great. And part 3, the mission. So setting long-term and short-term goals. The importance of goal setting in driving business success. So goal setting is so crucial for your business to succeed. Goals provide a clear direction and a roadmap for your business. helping you focus your efforts and resources on what's important. They give your team a shared objective to work towards, improving collaboration and productivity. And additionally, goals allow you to track your progress and measure your success, providing valuable feedback that can inform your future strategies and decisions. Now, we use a framework for setting goals called the SMART framework. This is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. What this means is this gives you a process, a way of thinking about how to create your short-term and long-term goals, and then how to work back up to there to find out what your true mission is. So, when we think about specific, your goal should be clear and detailed. Instead of increased sales, a specific goal would be increase sales of product or service X by 15%. To make it measurable, you should be able to track your progress and determine when the goal has been achieved. This usually involves quantifying the goal, like the 15% increase in the previous example. It has to be achievable. While goals should be ambitious, and if anybody's familiar with Grant Cardone, you'd know about the 10x rule and going, boosting your goals way further than what would be achievable. However, they need to be realistic and attainable. Now, by setting unachievable goals, they can demotivate your team. It can also lead you to scaling up, buying too many vehicles, plant and equipment and things like that, which if you cannot produce the revenue to get to that position, it could be detrimental to your company. So we want to make sure that you are doing achievable goals and slightly ambitious. Then they have to be relevant. The goal should align with your business's vision, purpose, strategic objectives, and also your values as well. It should contribute to the broader success of your business. And time-bound, your goal should have a clear deadline. This creates a sense of urgency and helps motivate your team to take action. It also helps you to hold your team accountable to those goals. Now, balancing long-term and short-term goals for sustained growth and progress. Think about the forest versus the trees. Short-term goals are the trees. They're what we need to achieve now, more orientated with the mission. And the long-term goals are the forest, what we intend to achieve long into the future and are more closely orientated to the purpose. We need to know the end game first. We need to know our purpose, what is the overarching reason we're here, and then work back from there. And although the end may change, we can still assume that the target is in that general direction, so that our mission and our objectives all align in that general direction. So whether we are going to, let's say for example, whether you want to take your company to a national level, your purpose might be something to do with having a national company or being, the brand leader or a certain amount of market share in that area. And as that refines, you may decide that you only want to do the East Coast. However, we can still assume that the target and the mission objectives are still in that general direction. We're still on track to where that target is or was. So you can see how we're thinking about, as we refine things, it's still in that general direction. Very rarely would we see something where you would completely pivot. Maybe during the COVID and pandemic period, you'd see gin distilleries moving to doing hand sanitation and that kind of thing. But that's another story. And now identifying your core values. Now you might be feeling this is a bit corporate, this is a bit airy-fairy. However, let me explain why we need the core values. So they're fundamental beliefs and the principles that guide your business's actions and decisions. They shape the culture of your business by defining what behaviors and attitudes are valued and rewarded. For instance, if a company values innovation, it may foster a culture that encourages risk-taking and creative thinking. Also, if your company values safety, then you may see that it'd be more important to have a lot of people involved in your team that are more culturally orientated around the safety elements. In decision making, the core values act as a compass. They're your guiding choices to ensure that they align with what your business stands for. When faced with a difficult decision, you can refer back to your core values to help determine the best course of action. It also enables your team to make decisions based off of core values without you having to actually be there. Now, how to identify your own core values that reflect your business's purpose and priorities? You want to reflect on your purpose. Your core values should align with your purpose. If your purpose is to provide excellent customer service, for example, one of your core values might be customer first or customer centric. Consider your priorities. What matters most in your business? Is it innovation? Is it quality, integrity, teamwork? These can help you identify your core values. Whether we're thinking about the previous example, whether it is high quality, we want to be thinking about how do we unpack quality and what are the more tangible elements that we can include our team in and turn into values, so that we are assuring that even though we do want to achieve quality, we're still using things that are more readily palatable, more understandable. Now, we want to also involve your team. Now, I'd use this kind of openly in that if you do have a team and you value your team's opinion, then by all means invite them in. However, if you're a smaller company, it may be advisable for the moment to set your values yourself, and then in future invite your team in to give their feedback about what they feel the meaning of your values are. So we want to look at past decisions as well. So reflect on some of the key decisions your business has made. What principles guided these actions? These could indicate some of your other core values as well. And once you've identified your core values, make sure you communicate them clearly to your team and integrate them into all aspects of your business. Nothing we do through the modules here at Alpha Tradie and throughout the blueprint and course, nothing we do here is just do it for shits and giggles. We want to make sure that everything we're doing is purposeful, integrated, and actually gets us a return on investment and some tangible outcomes. We want this to increase our speed at which we achieve our mission and our purpose. Now, yeah, I think I've touched on that enough. So we've gone through and we've looked at the difference between mission, values, and goals, how to craft a powerful purpose statement. We've gone through setting short-term and long-term goals and how to identify your core values as well. Now we're going to jump into the other sections in the coming modules, so stay with me.